Greetings, Minecrafters! Nonsanity here, and welcome to another episode of TNP Limitless, a 1.14 mod pack. I think we need to make a mob farm, and I'm not sure what's after that. All I know is we need a mob farm, so let's get started. So, we have upgraded the pack to 1.11b. The current latest, and that fixed some things for some friends of mine who were having a friend of mine who was having trouble with some stuttering in the video. Their frame rate would horribly stutter, but that seems to all be fixed now. That's great. I'd love to see him get on here. Yeah, like I said, I need to do a mob farm. I did switch this seed growing guy over to do some sugarcane. I've got him on a hopper on top of a crate, and he's doing just fine. I've already emptied it a few times into a crate. Oh, and I needed some slime, so I guess we'll do one quick little project chest here. I'm going to take these items. I'm going to place 2 blocks down and 2 small gears. There we go. And then a fan. Now, notice it's blowing me away. If I break it and place it here, it's pulling me towards it. The direction it pulls is not dependent on which way you place the block. Because if I put it down facing that way, it's still pushing me. It's all about the rotation going into it. So it doesn't care. I'm not sure what happens. We probably put it sideways. Oh, that's interesting. It knows it's attached on that side. If I place it down by itself, yeah, you can orient it. But once it has that there, it's going to automatically connect to it. And so it all depends on the rotation direction. So I have to put 2 here to make that blow. Because otherwise, it would suck. Sorry. Let's put down some blocks here, like so. And then I've got a bucket of water. I'm going to place that there. And we can pick this up. So, what does this do? Well, one of the crafting methodologies in the mod Create, which provides all these gears, is to blow water, or blow through water or lava to do things. Let's get some wheat. I'm going to have to get a lot more wheat. I'm almost out of it. And if we put this way too. If we take the wheat over here, and I better take off my magnet before I do this, as always when working with Create. We drop this in, it will get ground up into wheat flour. Now if I take the wheat flour over here and toss it, and you don't need the pressure plate, that's just to keep the water from escaping. But if it's sitting in front of the water with the fan blowing through it, it may not... Oh, it was. There, you see it just changed? That makes it into dough. Now I was making the dough, mix it with lime dye, which I can make from my dye plants, and that gives you slime balls. So it's a wheat to slime ball. It's pretty easy to do, and I can toss a whole stack in front of this thing. Now, just out of curiosity, because I haven't actually done it, let's switch the water for lava and toss the dough out in front of that. That should also have an effect. There it is. Oop. Yeah, it sets anything on fire that walks in front of it. There we go. I guess I could have just put down the water and gotten splashed with a nice cool mist. But yeah, so you can put conveyor belts in front of it and have it cook things up for you. So yeah, that's an easy little setup to set up, and I did. So we've done that, and that's good. Get that out of the way. Now I've got some bread. I don't think I've eaten bread, so let's do that. There, I got some little sparks. This pack does have a mod in it. Do I have the book here? Food book. That, let's see, what mod is this called? Spice of Life Carrot Edition. The regular Spice of Life is sort of nasty in that it hurts you if you don't eat a balanced diet. But the Carrot Edition, in referencing the carrot on the stick, it's sort of a reward, not a punishment. the more different foods you eat, you don't have to keep it up, but as long as you eat a lot of different foods at least once, and these are all the foods that I've tasted, 59 different foods that I've tried out. And then these are all the things I have, like a bunch of different colored berries I haven't tried, and raw pheasant, goat cheese, crab meat, various types of mushrooms, tons and tons of foods I have not yet eaten. And as you do eat them, you get bonuses in the form of extra hearts. I now have a whole row of orange hearts on top of the red hearts and one yellow one. So I'm going to keep eating additional foods to give me extra hearts whenever I get around to it. I do it in bulk. I found that the best way to do it is I build a wall here out of these blocks, a nice big 5x5 wall or so. And then standing over here, after I've gathered up enough different foods and I place them in a crate here, I use the building tool with some other block to build towards me, to fill in that entire column. And then I ore excavate with this diamond hoe. I've been repairing it on the anvil. Went through a lot of experience points for that, but that's fine. I had plenty. Keep it repaired. But yeah, that way doing the ore excavation hungers you. It uses up all your food, so you can eat again. So you can go through a lot of food really quick in one little session. Alright, mob farm. Let's get past the laser here so I stop seeing the blinking of textures. I dug out this hallway, and I started building a room. This is dark glass from Dark Utilities. It's not too hard to make. Just some coal or charcoal with some black dye and black stained glass. And this will let you see in, but no light will get in, which is great for mob farms. You can see what's going on in there. I've got a door over here that I can get in. When I placed it, I like being able to escape the room if I'm in here and all of a sudden it gets filled with mobs. I like to be able to run out and get out quickly. But if this door is hinged on this side, which if I just placed it right now like this, it would be hinged on that side, which makes it, you get snagged on the hinge. You get snagged on that part of it. What I did was I got rid of these two blocks, put another door there, and then put this door here, so it became double doors. Then I took away the first one. That way it's facing the right way for me. Doorknob on this side. These are not regular redstone lamps. There is a mod called, I think, Redstone Gates, though for some reason in the game it's just Gates. But if you look it up, it's Redstone Gates. You take 4 redstone lamps, and you get 4 wireless redstone lamps after you put them around this guy, which is slime, ender pearl, and redstone torch. Pretty easy. And these, let's go ahead and set them up so that it's all ready to light. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this redstone transmitter back here. And let's take a look at it. There it is. It outputs on all 4 sides, or inputs on all 4 sides. You can see the arrows sort of pointing inwards. It takes a redstone signal, and it will transmit it, if we right-click it, on a frequency. Now we're just going to use 1 right now. So now if I click it, that's going to transmit on frequency 1. And all of these things are set by default to 1. You can adjust them. You can also get a frequency tool, in which case you crouch right-click the transmitter, and then you can right-click things to set them to the same frequency. It's a little faster if you're doing different numbers, but oh, this glowstone is not going to transmit the signal. That's where I wanted to put it. I guess I can put it over 1 more block. If I break this glowstone, it's not going to come back. For some reason, even with Silk Touch, you don't get it back. Alright, so I'm going to bury that in the wall. Now it works. All these lights light up and turn off. Very good. That will light up the farm nicely. It won't work for blazes since they spawn out in the middle of the air, and some of the air will not be fully lit with this arrangement of lights, but it's good enough. And I will be putting a blaze spawner in there. I've got one here. I silk touched from the nether. I actually got 2 of them, but 1 should be fine. Alright, so, but we're not just going to do the... I forgot something. I'm not going to do the blazes. I found 2 wither roses in a chest. And we're going to get some dirt here. And we'll get my building gadget. And we'll set it to dirt. So let's go inside and lay out dirt here. There we go. And now if we whack... Oh, no. Got to crouch whack. And we're lit. So, alright, crouch whack. That turns it into Cursed Earth from the Cursed Earth mod. And even though you don't see it here, it is in my inventory. It does not get used up. It looks like it does, but I just clicked there and it came back. I was wondering where it came from after I used it, thinking it was used up. But nope, it's multi-use. Now, I could go ahead and whack it all on all of these, but it will spread too, but only in the dark. So let's darken it up. And look, mobs... Oh, that's true. Mobs are going to start spawning right away, too. Of course, a creeper spawned. Well, let's go ahead and show what I'm going to be using to kill them. Player damage traps. I'm just going to go ahead and slap one under him. Hey, guys, come here. You can see me? Alright, creeper's dead. That's fine now. You, come over here. Thank you. Alright, maybe I will just whack it with a rose to spread it. Let me do that, and I will be right back. Oh, the reason why I was going to do it this way is in my testing, there was a problem with the Cursed Earth not working. Let me explain this. The mod author was very nice to spend some time working out with me. Gave me a couple of debug versions to figure out what the cause was. Basically, in the configuration file for the mod, which is in your world folder on a server. This is for a server really only. Single player shouldn't bother anybody. Oh, crouch. On a server, the mod has a mob cap. It won't create any mobs in this Cursed Earth if there are too many mobs in the entire world. And it was set to, I think, 250 or so. And it seemed to work fine when I was by myself on the server. But as soon as somebody else logged on, all the various mobs in the world brought the total mob count up over 250, and the Cursed Earth wouldn't do anything. I mean, it seemed like it should. Okay. There we go. And again, I shouldn't have done that until we have a way to get rid of them all. I did it again. Oh, well. Oh, and I should close that before baby zombies get out. But see, it works very well now. I increased the mob cap to 600. That should be good for the few people we have on the server. It's just me at the moment. But if we have a couple of people on the server, that should be enough. That'd be too much in a single player. But I think you'll be updating it so that it takes the number of people currently online times some multiplier plus a base, and that will be the sort of a flexible mob cap depending on how many people are online. It makes a little bit more sense, and I bet you that's going to be a good improvement. But for the moment, I just increased the mob cap so that it works. Alright, well now I've got to clear all those out. You saw how fast it appears. This thing will fill up very, very quickly. And I guess with up to 600 mobs, because I'm the only one on. Which is pretty extreme. But, let me clear it out, and we'll continue building this. I'll be right back. Alright, cleaned everything out. Wasn't too bad. Now, I moved the door over here while I was doing that, just because this is going to be the side where the kill corner is. So I figured having the door over here, so zombies tend to go towards doors, so At least they seem to be. So I'll put the kill corner over here. So that'll have to be cleared out. Now, how to transport the mobs. Thankfully, vector plates do work on top of the cursed earth. At first, that's what we thought the problem was, but it didn't work without the vector plates either. And I think they also work with the building gadget. So, whichever way I pick it up, that's the way they're going to place. So if we hit the edge of the last one, we can place these down really fast. Oh, since I'm going to have a spawner here potentially, actually, with it being blazes, yeah, I probably should work on this. So around the blaze spawner in the middle of the room, what we're going to do is put... Alright, gotta crouch. There. So now if anything gets pushed towards the block in the center, it will get routed around it. I probably should do it like this as well. That just makes it cleaner. Now we continue with the building gadget. And we'll put... See, these are going to have to be facing a different direction. So I think if I place one down like that, and then crouch right click, now they're all going to be facing that way. Yep, it pushes you all towards the corner. Alright. Now that I'm thinking about that, having the door here means I've got to walk over the kill pad. Actually, I want to have a larger kill pad. So maybe I'll put the door back over there again. The only way to get out would be to walk over the kill pads, and they do hurt me. So yeah, let me move that back over where it was. And for that, I'm going to need the second door. There we go. Facing the right direction. And put down the pad again. Alright. Oh, and fill in the glass over here. Now I'm also going to be putting the blaze spawner just underneath that lamp in the middle. I'm going to come up from underneath, which is why I've got this passage. I can pop up and take it down if I need to without going in. Just a safety measure. I'll probably keep this... Oh, excuse me. Keep that closed up. But one thing about blazes is not only do they go down, they go up. So, here's another trick we can do. I've got these. We will... Let's get the building gadget down here again and re-pick up the ones going in this direction. And I'm going to make some... They don't have to be placed on a block, which is nice. All of these, see, we fly up here, are all now facing in that direction. And if I then pick up this one, fly back up and put one there. Nope. Now anything that comes up here will get thrown to this corner. Let's do that again. I'm going to go up, bloop, and I'm in the corner. So I can put another kill pad up there. I'm just going to put the one. But down here I'm going to put a bunch. And let's get out before I paint myself in a corner, as it were. Alright, now the room is hot. Things will die. Whoop, turn off my jetpack. Now, I want to be able to get items out through there, but I don't want anybody to escape like little guys. So I'm going to put a half slab up above, so I can still see through there. Going to put a crate to capture materials, and on top of that, I made an ender hopper. Oops. Obsidian Eye of Ender hopper, not expensive. Now anything that gets dropped, well, my magnet might pick it up, but it might also pick it up. No, it's just my magnet. They're fighting. And now I'm going to have storage drawers along both walls of this chamber. Ooh, I need to make a passage under the floor. Don't break the glowstone because it gets destroyed when you do. Because I'm going to use trim, oak trim, to connect both sides. Like that. Actually, no, because I need access there. I should have done it up one, back one more, but I guess I'll just do this. Oh, don't need that one. Alright. That will connect the two sides. Oh, and there. So now when I place drawers over here, they'll be touching that, and the drawers over here will be touching that one. So both sides will be connected to the same system. Which, what happened to my storage controller? It is gone. Interesting. Maybe there's a bug in it. You can't pick it up when you break it. It's a possibility, I guess. I will have to make another one of those. But let's see. Let's actually turn it on. It is. Oh, it's loud. It's very fast. And look at all the stuff we got. Oop. What is it that I think when I pick up the Halloween stick, you get that bit of damage? I'm not sure. These Halloween sticks are annoying. Let's see. No. Grave dust. Grave dust doesn't do it. I've dealt with that. I don't know. Something, sometimes when I pick up the drops, gets me like that. Alright, so that's working. And okay, the next step is to get the items from this crate and into storage. For that, I'm going to use XNet again. It's one of the more convenient item transfer products in this pack. Where do I want to put its power? I guess I'll just put the power here in the corner. Because it does require... Oh wait, I could put the power anywhere I want and just pipe it in. That's a good idea. I'm going to put it right there. And then this will be... That could be like that. Network, network, link, network, 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 and I'm out of connector. Link. Alright. And then, yeah, I need to make that. Let's make that storage controller. This guy. Do I have everything? No, I need 2 of these. And, well, I don't have any... Oh, I have all the drawers over there. So let's make a chest. I think it has to be a regular chest. Surrounded by sticks. No, just the top and bottom. No, it's wood. I'll just put the wood away. Here, you. You don't work. oak. There we go. One storage drawer. Put you in there. Drawer controller. Alright. That's going to go right there. So I guess I do need one more. One of these connectors. That goes there, there. So now everything should be able to go into the storage. We're going to take power from here. This will be the power channel. Seems to have something in it already. Energy create. We're going to extract, and we're going to insert. But that's not going to work because it has no power right now. So I've got a second one here I can slap on just to give it a boost. Now it should be working. And it'll continue getting its power. That's down in here. It'll continue getting its power from the cell. Alright, get some drawers. Don't need that. Let's set up the items. We're going to create... Oh, nope. Yeah, cancel. Items. They're going to come out of... extracted from the chest and stacks and get inserted into the controller. But just to prevent crashes, I'm actually going to turn that off while I'm setting up the drawers. Alright, so let me place all these drawers, and I will be right back. Alright, I have filled in a lot of the materials just from drops that I've gotten, including all these guys over here, these soul gems from Silence Gems, as well as the life essence from attained drops. And we've got these, what are these? Tainted Villager Soul from Vanilla Food Pantry. I've actually put a whole bunch of upgrades and a void upgrade on the Halloween sticks. The only thing I don't have something to do is the armor. And I'm probably going to have a trash can hooked up to this guy and start filtering out some of the things. Oh yeah, and some of the other materials over here. Alright, so the next step... Oh, we can go ahead and turn this on now. There we go. So if we get a stack of bones here, so it's 305, and they get generated. Let me take off my magnet, because that's going to win. They should get picked up. It's faster if you don't drop them, I think. And there we go, they're back in there. So that is working. We can start sealing this up. But I don't want to seal it up completely, because I want to be able to get into this chest to see if there's anything that can't be sorted. So what I'm going to do is put a hatch there, and a hatch there. Is that right? Yeah, so I can drop down here and I can see in if I need to get it experience or something. But otherwise it is sealed up nicely. Let's close the door before I forget. And let's go ahead and put the blaze spawner in and see what happens. I'll turn my magnet back on in case I need to break it real quick. I want it to come to me. Oh, I can go to the storage, that's fine too. So this should start spawning blazes almost immediately, even though the lights are on, because there's not enough light in there to stop them. I gotta crouch. Oh, yep. Let's get out of here. So I didn't see what had happened. But whether they go down or up, as long as they don't just hover in the middle, they will get killed. That's, I don't know, if I turn off the lights, everything's going to spawn in there. I want to wait for just the blazes again. Got 11 blaze rods. Oh, yep, see, there, top or bottom. They're reversing it. That works great. Even when they say, oh, no, I don't like this, and they go in the opposite direction. Either way, they're going to get chewed up. And I got another blaze rod. Oh, that's working great. Oh, yeah, experience. See, I'm picking it up now. So I got here an experience pylon from Cyclic. So let's place this right here where it can get access to all those experience orbs. And let's see if it picks them up. Get a few more mobs. Well, let's get a lot more mobs. If we look at the drawer down here, you can see stuff being sorted out, and I'm not getting any experience orbs. They are going in there. Let's drop down here and take a look at it. It says 59. I doubt that's levels. It's probably just 59 orbs. 69. You have to right-click it to see that number. I guess that's raw experience values. Unfortunately, I don't see any way to get it out of there. So this is really just a way to keep the area clean. If I want the experience, I could pick it up and then just stand in the hole there and suck it all up. But I just don't want them being loose in the world, so that should suck them up. I don't know if it has an upper limit, in which case we'll have a problem. At the speed this thing runs, I cannot walk away and leave it running. There'll just be way too much stuff. And this thing probably can't even keep up. Yeah. Which means if this stuff is coming in fast that can be pulled out, then once it fills up, stuff will get left in the world. And if I were to just turn this on and walk away, it would not be good for the server. As it is, we're going to get... Well, these guys are only going to work when I'm nearby, so they won't be a problem either, because that's just a vanilla spawner. If I'm not close, they're not going to come out. I guess it'll probably be back about... As long as I'm outside the hallway, I don't think they'll get spawned. Alright, so that's looking like it's going to work. I did not lock... I locked all the drawers with something in them. I did not lock the empty ones. So things like armor and such, we're going to end up in these until I come and clear it out and make a specific filter for that. I guess I could do that now. Let me get what I need and I'll be right back. Okay, I ran it for a bit more to get a couple of armor pieces, and look at all these heads. Each type of villager. So like this guy is a butcher. All the zombie villagers have their professions when they're zombies. So aside from just the basic zombie head, we've got all these professions. It's a bit of a mess, though. What's that one? That's a witch. So let's put the zombies over here. Okay. Put the witch down here. I may end up having to void these because, well, I think that's all of them by this point. We'll see. Alright, but yeah, so I put a trash can up here. It's still it's attached to the same network block that this is attached to. So what I'm going to do here is the extractor, I'm going to make that disabled because it's still running. I don't want anything to get trashed until I am in full control of it here. So yeah, so it's currently in whitelist mode. Tag not matching, metadata not matching, MBT not matching. So that should match all of these. And too bad it doesn't have the way to drag. Yeah, some mods allow you to drag stuff out to filter. I really like that feature. Alright, well let's toss this stuff in here. It's got a blaze rod and 3 armor pieces. Armor pieces will go into these 3 slots if they do not get sent to the trash can. And we have how many? 37 blaze rods. Alright, so we go back to here and we ignore redstone. 38, so we got that. Looks like they were trashed. Alright, so that's going to work. We'll just have to teach it all the other armor that ends up showing up in the drawers. So I guess I'll turn it on and let it gather some more materials. And I'll be back for the next thing. Actually, do I say that too much? Do I say I'll be back in a moment, or for me it's a longer period of time between one scene and the next. For you guys, it's just a cut. Should I just cut? I don't know. I don't know if that's been annoying everybody all these years, but yeah, I'll be back in a moment. At least for now. Comment your opinion. Slight problem. This experience collector did not do a very good job. You can see how my frame rate is almost gone. It is not picking up all the orbs. I had to drop down in the hole. I had to run back here at low frame rate, hit that lever to turn it off, and then jump down in the hole here to suck up all these experience orbs that started piling up. As they get sucked up, my frame rate will continue to improve, and the tinging should come at a faster and faster pace as... There we go. Maybe. There it goes. Alright. Oh, I killed... Ergo Plato got knocked off. Alright, well that thing did not do what it was supposed to. I'm going to break it here. And it says it collects them. It got some. It must have a very low limit. Alright, I'm going to have to experiment with this thing. It's not good enough as is. I better go apologize for slowing the whole server down. I think it mostly was frame rate, but I guess if he got knocked off, it might have slowed the server too. That was a lot of XP orbs. We really need a mod that collects all the orbs together so that it doesn't have so many entities. Anyway, let me investigate this, and I'll be right back. Well, it's a couple days later, actually. This pack is so hard to keep running. This thing only holds 4,096 experience, and then it stops picking it up. If you hit it with sugar... Oh, my helmet is automatically eating it. Which is interesting. Let's take that off. Whoop. It doesn't give you food, but it is food that gives you experience. It's funny that the helmet will eat it. But yeah, so it's not a... I can't leave this running for sure. It's way too much stuff. I mean, I'd have to give all these things void upgrades to make it safe enough. And then have to do something with experience. I suggested to the mod author of Cyclic to make this so that if it's once it stops picking up XP because it's full, that it at least sucks it up and just voids it. It doesn't increase its internal counter, it just destroys it. That way it doesn't build up in the world. And I also suggested to this, for this pack, to add something that clumps, like the mod clumps, experience points, experience orbs together. Don't know if that works in 1.14 very well, but it's worth a shot at least. So yeah, we got a lot of different heads, all these different mob heads. That's a bit of a problem to maintain all those, but at least I got enough drawers at the moment. Haven't had anything else show up. I added some more lights here because I put down regular wheat and noticed that it wasn't really growing in the center very well, so some extra lights did the trick. I've added, what did I get here? Prismarine, redstone. That's the dye. You did see that one. So just prismarine, redstone. Then yeah, there's the wheat, and I wanted to get some more wheat so I can make plenty of slime balls if I need it. I haven't looked at all this in a while. How many? 22,000 dry rubber. This thing is still running. This thing is constantly working. Yep, there's always a piece of wood there. How much wood we got? 39,000 of that. 39,000, 39,000, 37,000 because it's used a little bit of it. It's using this one for the latex because I think it's the ugliest. 126,000 sticks. I wanted to try out, there was, I don't know if I have any more of them. No. There was the Ocelot stick. What was it called? Ocelot. This pufferfish thing. Bane of Ocelots. You hit an Ocelot with it and it drops Fearless Life. Maybe. I tried twice. I think I got one Fearless Life. Yeah. Did that by using the Nature's Compass to pick a jungle, fly out to the jungle, and then use a mob imprisonment tool. And I put some dirt on top of a tree and then hit it with the Wither Rose. It was daylight. But the Wither Rose made Cursed Earth in the jungle during the daylight, which creates Ocelots. It also created a Zotspire from Better Animals Plus. It looks like a giant bat. And I think I can safely put him in this box so you can see him. Sort of cool looking, but there's something weird about him. There he is. I put him in here, and then at one point, all of a sudden he had an Ocelot in his mouth. I don't know where it came from. But if you get close to him, I think he gets on your head, and there's no way to get him off. And if I pick him back up again... Come on. Are you really just out of reach? There. Alright, no, this time it worked. Last time he was in the orb, and he was also still in the world. There's something weird about that mob. So I don't know what's going on with it. But I brought the Ocelot back and put him in here to... or put the bat in here. After experimenting with the Ocelot. And that is all I think I've done. I haven't been able to play much because the pack has been so problematic. Well, 114 and all the 114 mods have been very problematic. I don't know how much more there is in this pack that's worth going. I mean, I could do Botania, but I've done Botania plenty of times, and aside from just doing Botania, there's no real reason for it. I'm going to search through the mod list, I keep saying mod list, and see what else there is that might be fun to try out in this pack. But since this is going to be fairly short, while there's a lot of mods in this pack, many of them are one-shot. They add one block or change one rule of the game. There aren't a lot of big things. There was Create with all the gears. That was fun. Mystical Agriculture, which I've done plenty of times. We only have half of Industrial Foregoing. Play with the Cursed Earth. Had a lot of problems with that, but I think we got it working. I can make I still haven't made a refined storage. I was going to do that, but this thing is the simple storage has been working well enough for the moment, and I don't really have a need for a lot of automation in this pack. So in the comments, if you've got ideas of something to do in this pack that isn't just busy work like Botania, something that will actually let me mix mods together and do something, some goal to strive for that's actually worth doing and not just busy work. Or suggest other packs, not necessarily 114 or 115. I can go back to 112. There's a lot more to do there, though a lot of the packs are sort of the same. They haven't changed that much over the years. Well, in the last few months, they haven't changed too much. Some of the new development has gone on to 14 and 15, which is why I wanted to try this, but it's just not ready for prime time yet. So I'm thinking probably go back to 112. I don't know whether I want to do a blank block pack. I've done Sky Block, I've done Sea Block, I've done Stone Block. I don't know whether I want to do a quest pack, because usually with the quest packs you have to do it their way. I'm putting on my talk here at the end of the episode. If you're just here for watching Minecraft, you can leave. Talk a little bit more. Quest packs, there's usually only one way to go through the pack, so everybody does it the same way. there's usually not a lot of room to do something creative and take a different path to get there, which I do like doing. Expert packs, they have more possibility because there you have less restrictions on the order in which you do things, so you can take a different route to get to your goals. They usually have creative items that are goals that are hard to get to. But like how we've learned with OmniFactory, some of them can get so... I end up spending so much time between episodes just doing one thing over and over again. You don't get the... constantly doing something new. That's the way a pack should be, is constantly doing something new and being able to do something different from everybody else and having goals to strive for that are clearly defined in the future, but how you get there is up to you. That's sort of like my ideal pack. I don't know if there's anything out there like that right now. There have been in the past. There have been some expert packs that weren't too grindy. You had to do a lot of stuff to get to the end, so there was a lot to do, and it wasn't easy, but it wasn't grindy. If you've ever played like role-playing games or other types of games where to progress you have to do something over and over and over again, that's not fun. But constantly doing something new, that's great. I like that. As some of you know, I worked in the game industry a decade or so ago, and I've come to be a little bit of a snob when it comes to games. I know so well how many games have done things wrong. And I'm always waiting for a game to do something right. Modded Minecraft, can get to be one of the better games. That's why I've stuck with it for so long. It has the potential. It gives you all the pieces. It's like Legos. I mean, yeah, it obviously looks a little bit like Legos because it's blocks, but I'm not talking about the superficial nature. I'm talking about the conceptual nature of the game, where all the pieces can be assembled in so many different ways that the creators don't know what you can do with it. Just like Legos, you can build something with Legos that nobody's ever thought of. Nobody in the company has ever seen Lego bricks put together that way before. It's unique to you. And I do like that about modded Minecraft, with all the interactions the blocks have. It's got me thinking about what the ideal game would be like. So I've looked at other things like Space Engineers and a bunch of these others where they do have that interaction between blocks. And there's a new one coming that's got me interested. I forget now what it's called. Everybody's a robot, and you start in space. I think it's Starbase or Space Base or something like that. Starbase? I think it's called Starbase. I'm sure somebody will comment. It isn't out yet, but it does look intriguing. It all depends. You know, it's got that potential, but does it follow through? I was hoping Satisfactory, the game, would be what I want, but like so many other Minecraft clones, the blocks that they define for you to interact with each other are only designed to interact with each other in a certain way. When modders started adding the eye-sightedness feature to blocks, where you could, well, I think with hoppers and stuff, that was part of Minecraft, but I think Forge expanded on this, and so we had the piping, and then machines that could take something in and put something out, and all of a sudden you have this flowing of information from mod to mod, which increases the complexity of what you can do vastly, and I love that. I mean, I love the gears back there with the Create mod, but they don't interact with other mods really that well. I mean, I've got hoppers to suck things up and droppers to drop things onto them. But it's pretty much a standalone mod, and a lot of mods are like that. Some, like Thermodynamics or Industrial Foregoing, or even Industrial IE2, or even Buildcraft in the old days. You know, it's still around. I consider one of the older mods. They all can interact with each other. And I like that. It sparks my creative juices. And now I have talked way too long about the philosophy of Minecraft. I don't know if anybody got any interest out of that, but let me know one way or the other. And let me know if I say, I'll be right back. Way too much. I think I do. I don't know if it's annoying or not. Let me know in the comments. I hate saying that, but it's one of the few things I will say that everybody else often says in the ends or beginnings of their videos. I don't want to say the rest of it. I have a philosophy of that too. All right, again, I've talked way too much. Time to go. This is Nonsanity signing out. Take care. I won't do this again for a while. Be good, and see you next time.